and gentlemen, please welcome the athletes to the field for the compound women's bronze medal match.
Well, there is the world at number 2, Yesin Boston.
Karen, I was just talking to Yesin before during practice, and she said she's very excited to shoot.
Number 1, representing India.
Well, here is Jyoti Sareka, Venom. And as you can see, well, it's a mix-up of stats there, but Boston is the world number 2.
Representing Turkey,
Venom is the world number 24. Boston was the world number 1 for a long time, but now she's dropped down to number 2.
the line judge for this match.
She got the silver medal here last year, but given how tough it is to get to a world medal match, it's impressive that she's going for her second consecutive medal.
There's a huge depth of talent in Turkish archery, especially in their compound group right now, and actually starting in their recurve as well. And I think Yesin Boston is really going to push the envelope for other female archers in the country.
Yeah, but she's up against Venom, who may be a bit of a surprise to get here, but she is on great form here in Den Bosch. So this for the bronze medal in the compound women's individual. Yesin Boston, get us underway. Good start from both.
You could tell that she just wasn't happy with that. They're tied after 3 arrows.
Yeah, tight stuff here at the start. Both shooting 10s to get us off the mark, but both dropping just a single point. So high quality, just dropping 1 point in the first end. Well, here we take a look at the start of the bronze medal match, and a smaller grouping from Venom, that one stray 9 at the end from Yesin Boston, last arrow, sorry, second arrow, and then she brought it back into the middle for the second 10, but nothing between them in terms of the scoreline. Well, they dropped 1 point each, but both shot 10s. Here, Venom with her first arrow right in the middle. And that was the second 10 from Yesin Boston. So all square. So Yesin Boston gets us underway. As you can see, this one goes pretty quickly, the individual. 3 arrows per end over 5 ends. Start of the second end here in the women's bronze medal match.
Yesin just looks a little bit shaky.
Good shot.
There's another good shot. She's just out to the left a little bit, but I don't know if she needs to make an adjustment quite yet.
It's the same pattern as the first end. Bit of pressure on Boston now. 2 10s from Venom. And another 9. So an opportunity for Venom to take a lead. She drops it into the 9, but gets a 1-point lead after the second end here in Den Bosch.
जैसे पहला जो एक 10 लगा, X लगा, इधर आया, फिर हल्का किया, बोहेन को थोड़ा सा चेक करना, बोहेन जब बोल फेंकता है ना,
Well, they're still trying to correct that, but so far 229s from Venom, and she started that second end, and she started the first with 2 10s. Really good stuff from this young Indian archer.
She's looking quite confident, and what I've really noticed is that she's very, very level throughout the whole competition. She doesn't really get too excited. She doesn't really get too down when she has a bad shot. And I think that's really important for a high-level shooter.
Yeah, and a true inspiration in India as well. She's got a lot of young fans following her, Jyoti Sureka Venom. She leads by 1 in the bronze medal match. Yes, in Boston, trailing will start the third end here.
Rahat gergin. İyi oturtur. İyi nişan. Ortadayken. Bravo X. Aferin sana.
That is in the centre. You've got to be watching the pinky here, Vanessa. Watch her little finger.
Yeah, she kind of reminds me of Kim Jong-un. Her pinky moves a little bit. That might just be because her pinky's not actually on the release, but she's still pulling.
Bekle ortada.
There was a shake there, but she managed to get an X out of it.
Elimine bir pas.
Yes, and Boston is just a little bit on edge today, I think.
Yeah, just a puff there, a slight. Gosh, the flight of that arrow disappears off down the 50-meter range at a rate of knots.
Ortada kal. Bekle ortada. Bravo.
Perfect score for Boston.
Yeah, and even though she looks a little bit shaky, she seems to be holding it together.
So this requires a 10 to keep things all square.
Continue back.
He's in the 10. So we are back to a level score here. As Boston gets 3 10s, 2 of them are X's. The middle one, you said, was a little shake just before it, but I think we're going to get a look at these 3 10s. That was the first one. The second one, this is the one you said was a shake.
I think just before that, just before her elbow came forward a couple of millimeters, and that just means she lost some back tension.
But the grouping's superb for the Turkish archer. She's looking on. Not much communication, not as much between the Turkish athlete and her coach.
And that's okay. It's maybe not something that she needs. She's such a high-level shooter. She knows how to shoot good shots, and she just needs to get the job done.
Well, Boston's drawn at a level, but as she shot first at the beginning of the match, she will shoot first again. So start of the penultimate end here in the women's bronze medal match on Compound Saturday.
Sağ tarafı iyi.
Boston will shoot first.
Ortada kal Yeşim. Bravo X. Aferin sana.
Beautiful.
That's looking better.
Aferin Yeşim.
Confidence, fix. Tight shot.
You can see her bow just moving a little bit, and just the slightest movements will make a big difference at the target.
Ortada kal. Bekle ortada. Bravo X.
Oh, this is getting better and better for Boston.
Yes, good. Big pressure. Same pressure up. Tight shot. Yes, continue.
Long hold.
4, 3, 2.
Oh, so close there to running out of time. And if anything, she'll be happy with that 9 she scored.
Kal ortada Yeşim.
On for another perfect score. Yes, in Boston gets back-to-back 30s. Real pressure.
Time resets for this last arrow.
Very good.
Real pressure on Venom, but she stepped up to the mark and got a 10 herself, but a 28 means she shipped 2 points. And Boston is now leading this one.
You can see her best shot was when her timing was the shortest. As arrows hold their full draw for longer, you can overthink things. You can try and over-aim, and rather than letting it just happen, you're trying to control a little bit too much.
Yeah, well, we get a good look at comparison of the arrows in that particular end. And you can see Venom is all over the place, but yes, in Boston, a real good grouping.
She's just dialed in right now. She looks more comfortable. She looks more confident, and I think the rest of the match is going to be a good one for her.
Haydi.
Well, it's 2 perfect 30s for this young Turkish archer. She's 2 points ahead going into the final end here. And for the first time in the match, her opponent will shoot first. And there she is, Jyoti Sureka Venom of India. 10-second buzzer has gone off as these two line up for the final end of the bronze medal match. Venom to shoot first.
Yes, fix. Tight shot. Very good. 10.
Good. Another quick shot for her. That was excellent.
Ortada kalmaya çalış. Bekle ortada. Solda dokun. Orada. Güzel, sıkıntı yok.
First 9 for a while for Boston.
All. Tight shot. Very good. X.
Another 10 puts a bit of pressure on the Turkish athlete.
Sağ tarafı güzel otur. İyi nişan al. Bekleyerek. Emin olarak.
Oh my goodness. Now they're tied with 1 arrow to go each.
Yeah, corrected to the right. It's going to be another 10 from Venom. She didn't look happy, but look at that grouping. Now Boston needs a 10 to force a tiebreak.
İyi otur sağ tarafı. Kal ortada.
Oh, she's cut ahead. 1-9 left, 1-9 right. There's a sigh there from Jessie Boston as she puts 1 in the middle and into the 10 and forces a tiebreaker shoot-off.
When it came down to it, she was under the pressure and she performed. This is an incredible match. I can't believe it's going to a shoot-off now.
Well, Boston there looking very happy that she salvaged that tiebreaker.
पहले वाला 7 o'clock.
Venom dropped the ball a little bit in the third and fourth end, but she shot a perfect score. This is the last arrow, really putting the pressure on Boston, who'd shot 2 9s previously, but then when it mattered and the chips were down, she put it into the 10 ring. So we are going into a shoot-off. How does this work, Vanessa?
It's quite simple, actually. Each archer shoots 1 arrow, and closest to the center wins. If both archers shoot an X, then they're going to shoot again.
So once they've shot, they shoot 2 X's, and the way it's going, that's highly likely they'll shoot another arrow, and then it'll come down to score, and then a measure if the score's the same. If they shoot outside that X, of course, either of them, then if someone shoots an X, they win. If they're both 10s or less, it's who's got the highest score in a measure again.
It's exciting stuff, isn't it? It comes down to 1 arrow. The World Championship comes down to 1 arrow.
Focus on the face of Jyoti Shareka Venom. It will be her opponent that will shoot first. She gets to put down a marker, yes, in Boston, for Jyoti Shareka Venom to go after. There is yes in Boston. Their heart rate must have gone up.
They're probably going over the perfect shot routine in their minds right now.
Well, the line judge has got them underway. Boston on the right. Start or shoot off. Crucial arrow. Oh! Dropped it into the 9. A 10 or a 9 closer, and Venom has got the bronze. Oh, she's got a 10, and she's got the bronze of the World Championships.
What an amazing shot under so much pressure. The fact that it came down to 1 arrow and she was able to shoot a perfect 10, the size of an orange at 50 meters, was an amazing feat.
Amazing stuff, an amazing match in fact. Venom starting so well. Boston, well, she only dropped 1 point after 2 ends to her opponent. Leveled things up, and then Boston was the one in form. But in the end,